Thursday coming soon.
Happy Thursday! Welcome to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. Oh, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. He is Benny Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. Josh DiMaggio running the show. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN. Again, 800-990-3776.
It's going to be a fantastic Scalzo and Brust Thursday today.
I mean, I just need like 5 seconds for you to jump in. You couldn't give me 5?
Greg, let's just be honest here. In the 5.5 years that you've asked me to fill 5 seconds,
Never's happened.
I just look at you.
I agree.
I just look at you and I don't know what to say.
Is it my fault, Joshua, for always being hopeful that it's going to be different?
Yes.
Because I don't think it is.
No. This is the one thing that we've continually held Ben to. He continues to fail, but we haven't punted on it yet. The one thing.
This is the one thing.
You're saying his ability to speak on the radio show?
Yes, this is the one thing I think it's fair of us to demand.
You know what? I'm going to get there one day. It better be soon.
You will absolutely get there one day. I'm confident in that. I am confident in you. I have belief in you. What I want to know is Packers.
I just ruined it.
Is who? I mean, what was that? You just whispered it too.
No, I know. It's just like the way that you transitioned there. Like I just thought that was awesome.
Okay. But the big question is, how much belief do the Packers have in Jordan Love? And the reason why I bring this up is because offensive coordinator Adam Stenavich had this to say about the future of the starting quarterback position with Jordan Love stepping in for Aaron Rodgers. What does Stenavich think of that transition? Here's what he had to say.
From the quarterback position, you just kind of take a step back as far as like, now we're starting on step 1. You know what I mean? Instead of starting at step 8, where you can start with Aaron Rodgers. So you're going to take a step back, and you're just going to, just keep working ahead. Can't really look at the end result right now. We're just going to look at one day at a time, and just go from there. But again, he's ready. He's excited. I think all the guys, you can feel good vibes, good energy around the locker room. So it's going to be fun.
I'd be ready for step 1 too. If my expectations were, hey, you're at step 1, he's like, Stenavich, like, yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go. Yeah. Well, when you put it like this, of course he's ready. He's been a part of the Packers, Greg, for 4 years. Talk about underselling something that you're going to have to roll out 17 games with, but it's not a rebuild. Sorry.
I don't understand, even if it's the truth, that he views Jordan Love on level 1 and Aaron Rodgers on level 8. Why say it like that? Because I think that if I'm Adam Stenavich and I get a follow-up question, which who knows if he will, I would clarify and say, no, look, as a starting quarterback, he's never been a starting quarterback before. Even the 1 week that he started, he didn't prepare like the starter because we didn't know until later in the week that Aaron Rodgers had COVID in that game against Kansas City 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. So how could he be anything above level 1? Like, he's never done it before. So what I meant is, as a starting quarterback, he's starting where all starters do. Now, we think he's more prepared because of that. I understand what Stenavich could have possibly meant. Why are you saying it? You don't have to speak your entire truth to the media when you're sitting up there on the podium. You are trying to accomplish something as a coach. If you are doing it the right way, you are trying to send a message internally and externally based on the words that you speak. You should not look at the press conferences merely reacting to what the media is asking you, and you shouldn't look at it in terms of how am I benefiting myself. You should look at it and say, what message am I trying to send internally? What message am I trying to send externally? And so far, between Goody, LaFleur, Stenavich, all these guys, the message externally and internally about Jordan Love is, we have no idea.
Let's hope it goes well. He's going to be our starter for 17 games. And to take that a step further, Greg, the inconsistency of what Joe Barry did. Joe Barry gave everybody nothing, right? So he went out there and he prided himself, it felt like from my perspective, of talking to the media and not providing them a lot of information. So then I'm listening to Wilde and Tausch this morning, and Jason Wilde, who's recovered the Packers for God knows how long, is talking about how Mike Sherman purposely tried to not give the media stuff sometimes. And Jason was like, well, by doing that, you're not giving myself an opportunity to tell the fans, information. So what the Packers are doing is they're giving information to the media that's inconsistent. You know what I mean? Joe Barry versus
I don't
Stenavich,
care.
It's all inconsistent.
Let me say this as clearly as I can. I have all the respect in the world to the beat writers out there, the conduits to the teams and the fans. The Packers should absolutely not care about anything other than how what they say helps them win. And in the context of that, because that's all the fans want, right? Sure, the fans want to know the stories, but the fans would rather win. I'm telling you right now that New England Patriot fans don't care that they've had very little insight and window into what's happening in the building because Bill Belichick says nothing, because they've won a lot. And that's part of what he believes is best for the team. If you're the Packers, just tell the team and the player and the fans that you believe in Jordan Love. You have designed the future of this team and the success of this team around Jordan Love. Just tell him, tell me, tell everybody that you believe in Jordan freaking Love. Lie to me if you need to. If you're not sure about him, who cares? He is your answer for 2023. And you telling the world, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to think of him, doesn't help Jordan Love. You want to know what helps Jordan Love? Him knowing that his team, his teammates, his coaches, the front office staff have confidence in him. Players who think that their coaches and their team has their back and believe in them play at a higher level than those players who have no idea and don't feel like the team has their back. And right now, LaFleur's called it a rebuilding year. Bakhtiari's like, I don't know, this is rebuilding. The front office worked pretty hard to minimize guarantees after this 1 year for Jordan Love. His offensive coordinator on the podium's like, he's starting at level 1 in year 4, coming off of level 8 from Aaron Rodgers, who won 8 games last year. Even if you don't believe it yourself, it seems like the concern is far more that nobody wants to put their name on Jordan Love as opposed to I want to put belief in Jordan Love. So I'll be the first one. Hand up. I believe in Jordan Love. I believe in Jordan Love in the 2023 NFL season.
Whoa, from Aaron Rodgers' #1 supporter to Jordan Love's #1 supporter because no one's supporting him. You're by default his #1 supporter. Now, what if I told you that, what if the front office is just like, hey, if we totally go all in and say, Jordan's our guy, we believe in him, and he sucks, you know what? Then what?
Who cares? You believed in him.
Yeah, I know, but if he sucks and then somehow they find their way into somehow using 2 first-round picks to get another quarterback, they got another crack at it. If they put their entire name on Jordan Love now, it looks even worse on them for trading Aaron Rodgers and going in on Jordan Love.
No one's going to remember what Adam Stenavich said on May 18th if Jordan Love sucks or not. Adam Stenavich is going to be judged based on how Jordan Love performs. Whether he believes in him or not, his bosses know whether he believes in him or not. The fans and Jordan just need to believe that he believes. None of that matters. All of it, like Josh was saying, means nothing yesterday about entirely different subjects. It's a bad callback. But my point is
I knew you were going with that. Don't worry.
It has no bearing on the future success of the coaches themselves for them to try to put belief and confidence in Jordan Love. Because you know what? If in the offseason Goody's like, hey, well, you told the media you really believe in this guy, you could be like, yeah, dude, I was trying to build confidence in my young quarterback. Because guess what? As insecure as the coaches might be about him, he's probably a little insecure himself. No matter how much belief you have in yourself as a player, you can speak to this as somebody who was a great high school player in Illinois. You get to college, until you probably were actually in games, not getting minutes here or there, but until you were a part of the team, you probably didn't know if you were no. You might have believed it, but you didn't know if you would be able to be a rotation player, a starting level player on a Final Four team in college.
I mean, absolutely. Look, I pose the question from a devil's advocate perspective. I'm the one sitting here that, like, is been anti-Jordan Love based off everything that they've freaking done. Like, the plan that the Packers have put out, like, from the beginning, they haven't had a plan. Even when it came to Rodgers, the plan hit them in their freaking...
Dump.
Their freaking face. It landed in their freaking face is what happened. Aaron Rodgers wanted to move on. The Packers wanted to move on. Neither of them had the guts to move on. So we're getting the same vibes. The vibe is, hey, yeah, Jordan Love's our guy. We'll see what happens. He's level 1. This is where we're at. Like, it's just kind of like fly with the wind, Packers. Fly with the wind.
It is a very bizarre approach to all of this. And again, for a guy like Adam Stenavich, like, you're working closely with him. Just tell him, like, hey, this is my guy. Like, we had Aaron Rodgers. He's an all-time Hall of Famer. Jordan got to sit behind him and learn a lot, and Jordan's going to have to get some experience. We know that, but we're confident that he's going to be able to do what he does at a really high level. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Let's go to Brian in South Milwaukee. Brian, welcome to Scalzo and Brust. We're presented by Michelob Ultra. What do you got?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, they need to be more consistent across the board. I mean, they need to put something out to the extent of, look, we drafted Jordan Love for a reason. We saw great potential in his skill set, those sorts of things. He's done a lot of work the last 3 years, learning and observing Aaron Rodgers, and we feel that he's the future of our franchise, and we're going to put all of our faith in him moving forward, and we're hopeful that it'll work out for the long term, something to that extent, and stay to it.
You sound better than the Packers already.
Thank you for the call.
Like, join the PR team and tell the coaches what to say, because I already feel more confidence about Jordan Love listening to you than I've heard from the entire Packers front office.
I think the Packers need to study, like, famous propaganda campaigns because I want Marge in the sewing department, the ushers, the ticket takers, concession stands, all to believe in Jordan Love, because what's the negative if every single person who walks into 1265 and says Jordan Love's the guy?
Let's start
what
manifesting, baby.
If it doesn't work out, the disappointment will be as great whether people believe in him or don't believe in him. But the opportunity for him to deliver is greater if he feels that confidence and backing and belief from the people that he works with. 800-990-3776. Would you prefer the Packers actually lie to you about Jordan Love in order to build his confidence, or do you want them to be as truthful as they seemingly have been? And again, I think Stenavich would love to clarify this based on how many fans have taken. I have to imagine he'd want to clarify this. 800-990-3776. We'll open the phone lines. We'll continue to talk with you, the Scalzo and Brust family. We are presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you believe it.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Yes, I do have vodka breath right now, but she asked me to bring her a G&T to the pool, and she wants to see me shirtless walking around the pool, and she's looking forward to tonight.
You're so full of crap.
Yeah, JP, what a
Shut up,
stud.
Greg.
What do you mean?
He's not a stud. She doesn't want to see him with his shirt off. I've seen him with his shirt off.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We do have some delays, pretty stiff ones right now. Southbound 43, it's going to be 23 minutes to get from Brownier Road to downtown. Delays basically from Silver Spring all the way through the Marquette. Westbound 94, downtown to the zoo, an 11-minute ride for you. We've also got backups along southbound 894 from Greenfield down past National, and then again right around the Hale interchange on southbound to get onto 894 eastbound. So just be careful with that. Give yourself that extra time. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 53. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with rain likely, high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Woo! I am thirsty today. Definitely going to need a cold one. There's the one. This week on Ben's Beer Fridge, I'm joined by Peter Gentry, the owner of One Barrel Brewing Company. one of my favorite brands in Wisconsin. They're local here, and Peter's here to tell us why the Commuter beer is one of the best to crush in the summer.
It's a unique beer in that it's an ale, so it's actually got a little more flavor than your typical light beer, but it's great with food, grilling, brats, cheese curds. It's made with 40% wheat malt, which also makes it a little more unique, gives it some sort of breadiness. Best time to drink Commuter when you're winding down from a long day at work or getting ready to kick off your weekend. It's just a nice, easy beer, makes that perfect sound out of the can, crack it open, and you're relaxed immediately. Get into your weekend routine, mow the lawn, grill out, watch some sports. That's Commuter.
Thanks again to Peter for joining me here. I know I'm ready for some one-barrel beers because remember, folks, summertime, the fridge better be stocked.
Even when you think you know what's going on, you can never be too sure.
All right, Dave in the car. Dave.
I think I'm right.
You're not.
Gabe, I think I'm right.
You're not. I have the list in front of me. You're not.
Packers, nonsense, chaos.
Well, his first name isn't D. His last name is B.
It's still not right.
Ashley, who we got?
Drew Bledsoe?
Play football.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN. And available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. Also, you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their new patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's like having a brand new kitchen. It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside, no drafts. It's a game changer.
Get 0% interest for up to 48 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and have everything installed in as little as a day. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/31/2023.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
I asked what kind of family she wanted. She said, a family like yours.
Learn more about adopting a teen at adoptuskids.org. You can't imagine the reward. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
On a Grateful Dead Thursday, people are worried about me. Lou, Gabe's golf buddy, says, I'm worried about Greg. How many times did he pound the table during that opening diatribe? Did I get that fired up?
You know, usually I can tell when you're over pounding the table, but didn't feel it there because I thought everything you said was valid.
262 says, quit your complaining and give him a chance. Jeez. I'm trying to give him a chance.
You're the only one giving him a chance.
I literally said, I believe in Jordan Love. I'm giving him the chance. What I'm saying is the Packers should be more focused on delivering some confidence and instilling some confidence and belief in him as opposed to seemingly...
Josh, are we doing the whole segment with the Grateful Dead album?
I'm down. I like it.
Say, it just felt pleasant. I liked it. It's instrumental.
Just... Why do you need, if you're Adam Stenovich, to say Jordan Love's starting on level 1, Aaron Rodgers was on level 8? Like, just tell us how much you believe in him and how excited you are to work with him.
Why even bring Aaron Rodgers into the conversation?
Chef Ed, meanwhile, says it's a Grateful Dead Thursday. Scalzo, what are you smoking? Love has shown us nothing the last few years in practice. He reminds me of Rick Moranis in Spaceballs. Dark helmet. His helmet is too big for his head. I mean, Aaron, and I'm his number one supporter, his helmet was too big for his head. All the quarterbacks now with these helmets are massive.
Gotta protect them, though.
And I'll be honest, Chef Ed, I haven't been at practice here the last few years.
Chef
you
Ed
haven't been at practice.
Is.
I'm going to wait until I see him in the game. But yeah, I think he's going to be an effective NFL quarterback. I think he's going to be a starting level NFL quarterback. You don't believe it? That's fine. I do believe it. Like, I think he's good enough in that spot. And then at that point, How much better can he get? And that's the unknown that nobody can speak to. You look at Jalen Hurts 2 years ago, and I'm not saying we're going to have a Jalen Hurts ascent with Jordan Love, but 2 years ago, nobody was saying Jalen Hurts is going to be an MVP level candidate in the short term. The dude worked his butt off, got his mechanics right, became a much better thrower, and he put up an MVP season last year.
And this is what's funny is he's not a rookie. Jordan Love isn't a rookie. And so I don't like, even from a messaging standpoint, putting him in level 1 compared to Aaron Rodgers, like, why isn't it just about Jordan Love's progression? Year 1, he didn't have as much time with the team because of the COVID year. It was an odd year. 2021, when Aaron Rodgers was out, we were really happy with the progress that he made working with the ones when Aaron Rodgers wasn't in OTAs. It was a great opportunity for him. And last year, we really thought that Jordan took a great step towards becoming our quarterback. And we're really excited moving forward about what he's going to bring to this team. And we're excited to build around him with these young pieces. Gosh, I mean, like, get the Packers coaches on Scalzo and Brust, and we'll coach them on how to speak. And I'm not even good at speaking.
Would you be in favor of the Packers, like coaching staff, putting an embargo on talking about Aaron Rodgers and referencing him, especially when referencing? Because what is that? What use is it to Jordan Love to remind him that he's following a first ballot, no doubter Hall of Famer? Like, what? Why are you comparing his skills? What good is that serving him?
It seems like there's an element of them, and not just the coaching. It seems like there's an element of trying to lower fans' expectations here. Hey, it's rebuilding. You're going to have to give us time. We heard it from LaFleur, too. I don't think that benefits the team. And you see guys like Keyshawn Nixon who are young and want to believe of like, hey, this isn't a rebuilding year. Our time is now. Like, what does that belief hurt? Like, how does that hurt? Like, it feels very CYA from this team and organization where they want to cover the behinds in case things don't go right.
Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce convinced themselves they were doubted and then went out in a Super Bowl and talked about it. Like, what good is it doing telling your team constantly, well, we got to see. We got a new face here.
Mike in Milwaukee says, I actually agree with you on that rant, Greg. What is happening? Ron in the Key says, you're right, Greg. You don't always have to tell the full truth. Poopy Pants could learn here, too.
I farted into my pants recently. When I say farted, it was more than that.
Daniel the Sloth, the landscaping sloth of the Scalzo and Brust family, chimes in, says, Love has a Tony Romo vibe to his career. I'll take that if it's his ceiling.
How do we know? Like, this goes back to Chef Ed being at practice. Like, Tony Romo vibe? What are we doing?
Tony Romo spent years as a backup. I'm guessing that's sort of where it came from. I don't know. He also asks,
hopefully he's not doing the whole
is Ben still hurt from yesterday? Did he win his 4-team semifinal basketball game last night? You didn't?
No.
You lost?
I played horrible.
You were in last place?
No.
Well, there's the toilet bowl for third place next week.
You can't say third place.
You can't.
You can't act like you win in third place.
You don't get anything. I'm going for the workout.
If I were you, I wouldn't even show up. I would boycott it.
That's you. That's why you're you, and I'm me.
Yeah, it's true. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. 608 chimes in and says, I think it's ridiculous that Stenavich would even say that he's on level 1. He is at the very least on level 3. It's his third year. This is our guy Terrence, Terrence, the official and unofficial Amazon driver of the Scalzo and Brust family. I don't know what level he's on. Why even put it on the level? Just tell the team that you believe. Tell the media, not even the team. Tell the media you believe in him. You're excited to get to work with him. You know that there's areas to grow, but the way that his work ethic, there's a million flowery language pieces, the things that you could say that just talk about how great you think he can be and the work that's going to be needed in order to get there.
The Packers need to go look up the word belief and then look up all the synonyms for belief and continue to use those words in everything they say around Jordan Love. And also, was Stenavich trying to, like, take out Rodgers, maybe? Like, Rodgers was at level 8? Like, how is he not at a higher level? I don't know. Like, why?
How many levels are there?
I don't know. Like, what's this level system? I mean, I'm guessing there's 10 levels.
Why? It's a weird assumption.
If Rodgers is on 8, what's a 9 and 10?
I don't know. That's my point. With the offense, he won 2 MVPs in that system. So I know it was a down year. Did he go down some levels?
Like, how high do college classes go? Does it go 800 level?
I have no
None
idea.
of us went that hard.
John from Janesville says fake belief is a tough sell. I agree. With the team, it's a tough sell.
They drafted this guy in the first round.
To the media, all you have to do is say, we believe in him. We're excited to get to work with Jordan. We think he's got a really high ceiling, and we think we can do some special things together. Next question. What are we doing? It's not a tough, like, you're not even lying.
Ready? Like, I'll follow up. So Greg, you say, you believe in Jordan Love, like, what can you share that, like, makes you actually believe that?
What do you mean?
He's asking you to role play.
Yeah, we were role playing. Like, you were going to continue to be the offensive coordinator.
Oh, we were playing a one-man role play there. I didn't realize we were role playing.
My bad. I thought it was going to be fun.
No. Do you want to do it again?
That's what she said.
So you say all these words like you believe in Jordan Love, but like what have you actually seen to make you believe that?
He's been in the building for 3 years now. We've gotten to know him. We've gotten to work with him. He's got a fantastic work ethic. There's a reason why we drafted the man in the first round. And we're really excited to see how we can continue to develop him to winning quarterback here in Green Bay.
So, Greg, you continue to talk about wanting him to develop. How is he set up for success with 2 second-year wide receivers, 3 rookie wide receivers, and a tight end position that really is quite unknown?
I mean, he's got some guys who had some great experience last year in Watson and Dobbs, and we think this team is going to continue to grow together in a meaningful way. We're really excited about what it can do, and I think that it's really, really exciting to have a team like this where we're going to be able to build some things. So just watch out. That's my message to you. Watch out. It's going to be a fun season.
He did okay.
Like what? Like that's it. Like all you have
don't
to do.
want to make the news.
No, I also don't know what you're trying to accomplish on that.
He tried to gotcha journalism.
He
there a little
definitely
bit, didn't
did.
He
But,
weirdly
I
turned
don't mind
against you.
it, but like
I was just trying to put him in a tough spot. See if he can do what Stenovich couldn't do.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Ron in the Key says 4 teams isn't allowed to call it a semifinal, right? How is that different than any league night? It's not, Ron. It's actually less competitive than most rec leagues you'd find around the state of Wisconsin.
Am I tougher as
Teddy
a
from
question maker than the Green Bay Packers media?
I don't think so. But if you want to be, you can. Are you doing a show for yourself
He's
right
running
now?
right now.
He's running from
A
the
segment, not a
CGL
show.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to. You think I want to continue down the path in the semifinal loss that you're just going to make fun of?
It's not a semifinal
See?
loss. There's 4 teams in the whole damn league. You can't call it a semifinal. It's just a game against one of the 4 teams. Like, that's it.
The intensity.
If I were to put my daughter
the intensity picked up big time last night. Can I read you some texts?
No.
Teddy from Watertown says Packers coaches attending the Mark Murphy School of Interviewing. It is true. The PR training there is wild. Cam from the Heights says, I believe in love. I believe in a thing called love. He may be starting at level 1, but it doesn't mean he can't leapfrog a couple real quick. There is no level 1. There is no level 8. We all know Aaron Rodgers is ahead of where Jordan Love is. We all know that he hasn't had experience as a starting quarterback. None of that matters when we're talking about levels. We're just creating. That's my point. The Packers right now are creating obstacles that are purely imaginary and do not exist in the real world.
So, Greg, can I share a conversation I shared?
If you're going to do it, just do it. Don't ask the question.
All right. You know, I like to ask for permission when I talk about my basketball league that I'm very proud of. In a private text conversation, good game tonight, just a grinder of a game was texted to me. So we shot ourselves in the foot, settled late, but it was a fun grind. Fair enough. Playoffs are definitely a different intensity.
Ron in the Key chimes in, says, Greg, now to a press conference where you say how good of a host Ben is going to be just to compare and contrast. There are definitely times where I know I got to build confidence in my guy Benny. Right?
Can we reverse 90 seconds?
What?
To when you were giving a Packers take and Ben asked if he could read the text messages.
Do we have to
I
reverse?
said no, to which Ben whispered directly into my ear and said, it'll be good. And then gave us that.
Dead fish.
You do know how bad and pointless of a text message that was?
I just wanted people to know how serious we take this league.
You didn't. All he said was the intensity picked up last night.
It did in the semifinals versus the regular season.
Against the teams you had just previously played.
There is no regular season. You have 3 other teams to play.
Yeah. I'm not going to update you guys on my league anymore. How about that?
Great.
Yeah. Oh, no.
The fact that you're feeling the shame you feel right now tells me everything I need to know, and that's that you actually agree with everything that we've been saying about this 4-team mock sham of a league.
That's not true at all.
Shirts and skins league.
As Craig would say, the back hair league.
It is the back hair league. The rec specs, back hair, tank tops, great. The intensity picked up, cool.
Only one guy with rec specs. Take it easy.
Yeah. The intensity picks up in the third game at the YMCA too when it's best out of 3. Like, what are we doing? 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Appleman of the Orchard wants to know if we can just replace the entire coaching staff and start over. I think they deserve a chance to prove things out with Love. Somehow I'm the one that's more positive in this Packers team than anybody else right now. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know. There's definitely a lot of blind hope when it comes to Packer fans that have, again, as we've talked about the Mikowski line all week, for the fans that only know success, those 37 and under who only lived through Favre Rodgers, there's a lot that have convinced themselves no matter what, Jordan Love will figure it out and this Packer team is not in a rebuild, and over 7.5 games is what they should bet. Like Jesse Nelson, he's a prime example.
That's great. I wonder how the Packers coaching staff would bet on the over-under of this team right now.
What was that Jesse Nelson shot?
I placed a bet with him for $100.
Okay, gotcha.
The 15th time we've heard about it. I believe we actually banned you from talking about that bet.
Talking about the bet.
That is true. Ron of the Key says, wait, Greg, if the team I'm on in pickup has beat Ben's team, am I a CGL playoff caliber team?
That is the transitive property.
It is the transitive property. That's true.
Apples to oranges there, boys.
Is it?
Yes. Ron is the definition of back hair and rec specs.
He'd fit right in with the CGL. The four-team recreational pickup league.
How many knee braces are at the CGL?
Well, I hate to break it to you, but your guy over here is going to need a knee brace next season.
I don't know if I want to ask, how much does the league hate Scalzo and Brust show outside of you? How much do they despise me and Joshy DiMaggio?
Oh, I mean, every single one of them. They say Scalzo sounds like a douche.
Yeah. Are any of them man enough to actually join the show?
Probably.
Yeah?
They just don't think you're worth their time. And I agree with them.
Worth their time? You guys are playing pretend. You're playing make-believe basketball so you can declare a champion.
You're doing a show for Josh right now. That's what you're doing.
I'm not doing a show for anybody. Nick and Madison says, is this the same basketball league that yesterday Ben named before his girlfriend and dog for important things in his life? Yes, it is. It's the same 16 guys that get together and play with each other every Wednesday night.
What the hell was that?
Those buttons are right next to each other.
1 or 0 coming up next. Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Only worth it if you enjoy
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Andrea, your best guess for how long Jonathan Brust, a father of 6, who's been with his wife for 16 years, made love with his wonderful wife last night.
Scalzo and Brust.
Dad, welcome to Scalzo and Brust. Do you have a guess for us for how long Jonathan Brust made love with his wife last night?
Yes, I do. I'd like to take a poke at
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
We're seeing some delays along southbound 43, basically from Silver Spring all the way down to the Marquette. Part of the problem, we've got a northbound slowing down now out of the Marquette interchange, is a broken down vehicle at Locust off on the left shoulder, kind of in a weird spot, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. We got westbound 94 slowing down out of the Marquette all the way through the Stadium interchange. Eastbound side is heavy from about 76 through the Stadium. And then on the bypass, heading westbound out of the Mitchell interchange, right now we're looking at 10 minutes to get from the Mitchell to the Hale. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 53. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with rain likely, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The only diamond more valuable than colorless
is the diamond that is colorful. Pink, yellow, and blue.
In 2016, Christie's auction house sold a 14-karat blue diamond for $56 million.
That's $4 million a carat.
In 2022, Sotheby's auction house sold an 11-carat pink diamond for $57 million.
That's more than $5 million a carat.
These diamonds were born when the Earth was born.
They come from the heart of the earth.
But now there are also pink, yellow, and blue diamonds that were born when you were falling in love.
These created diamonds come from the fiery heart of a miniature sun blazing inside a plasma chamber. Hot, hot, hot.
Pink, yellow, and blue.
Your colorful 1-carat wonder awaits you for $12,000 or less.
Your colorful 3/4 carat miracle awaits you for $8,000 or less.
Get them while you can. Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
They put themselves in harm's way for us. They sacrifice time with their loved ones for us. They are our heroes. That's why we at Ewald Automotive proudly salute those who serve and our brave first responders. Thank you for all you do. We're offering service members and their families the benefits of our Military Advantage program with special pricing and incentives on every vehicle. Plus, all month long, we'll donate to local military and first responder charities for every car sold. Go to ewaldauto.com.
Homer, Tony, living in perfect harmony. Yeah, right.
The Packers make the playoffs. I would be shocked.
Shocked?
Shocked if they made the playoffs.
Like, what else would you equate that to?
I know.
The Packers making the playoffs next year would shock you just as much as the Bucks getting bounced in the first round?
It's pretty close.
That close?
Yeah.
If they made the NFC Championship, I would say that would be an equal shock.
Listen to Homer and Tony weekdays from 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN and wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
From big tailgate parties to cozy dinners for two, the freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 2.62 to 3.5 ounce spices or 0.77 to 2.12 ounce grinders, McCormick Grill Mate spices or grinders, 2 for $4. 64 ounce bottle Indian Summer Apple Juice or Cider, 2 for $4. 128 ounce bottle Hawaiian Punch Juice Drink, $3.49. 56 to 67.5 ounce bottle Extra Laundry Detergent, $2.99.
Hey, why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take them out at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience from Century Foods. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 26th.
It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Scalzo and Brust on a Grateful Dead Thursday. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio, you, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Our guy Hunter Vaughn holding it down at the Everlight Solars ESPN Madison studio downtown off the Capitol Square. What up, Hunt Daddy?
What up?
There's some good energy on a Grateful Dead Thursday.
Hunter and I were just discussing, he's excited it's Grateful Dead Thursday. He's a deadhead too a little bit.
And that Ben's going to stop talking about his basketball league. That's really the bigger news.
Hunter, beyond, like the idea of having 4 teams in that's not a league, right? That's just a pickup night.
No, that's a group of guys that just want to play ball.
Yeah, no. Anytime you resort to just trying to mock, like it's so obvious that you just are completely
You've
defeated.
turned everyone against me.
Really?
It's not that difficult to have everyone against you, Ben.
Thank you, Hunter.
Goodbye, Hunter.
Joshy, let's get into some 1 or zeros.
Are you a 1 or a 0? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you a yes or a no?
There's no such thing as a gray area. Life is binary. It's just a 1 or a 0.
He is Benny B-Ball, Benjamin Brust. I'm Greg Scalzo. We're your contestants for 1 or 0. Josh DiMaggio is your host. Yes, that's a question. We say 1 for yes, 0 for no. There is no gray area. Joshy, take it away.
Chris Broussard claimed that if Victor Wembanyama has a career like Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, or Hakeem that he is a disappointment, 1-0. There's enough hype that can occur to make a career like Durant disappointing.
0, it's impossible. Impossible.
He's like a top 10 basketball player to ever live, and that's being
top 15.
Okay.
Like I don't think anyone's arguing top 15 or top 20. Top 10, there's
Top
a lot
10
of
you can
argument.
argue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 0.
He's won multiple championships. Has he won? He's had to have won an MVP.
Yeah, remember his speech?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's won an MVP. Like, that's all you can ask for. Can I be the very first one in the world to be on the island of Wembanyama's not going to be the dude?
I mean, I don't think you're
actually
alone in that.
Really? I haven't heard anybody.
I'm kind of off him. Like, he's just, like, long and tall. Like, that doesn't mean he's going to translate to being a good NBA player. If he builds out his body, sure. But right now, he'll get eaten alive.
I mean, he is the best draft prospect since LeBron. Like, head and shoulders.
But a prospect is a word of potential.
I'm just amazed that there hasn't been a whole lot of people that are like, no, he's not going to be like LeBron. Even people were out on LeBron before he started in the NBA. I think he's just going to get injured. Like, he's trying to make himself shorter. Ben Brust has lied for a decade about how tall he is, adding 2 inches. That's what every basketball player outside of Durant does. The dude keeps giving his height without shoes. Not with shoes, without shoes, because he's like 7'5", and they don't want people to look at him and say, oh, he's like 7'7", 7'8". Like, won't he just have knee problems? Isn't his back going to go? Like, the human body isn't designed to be this tall.
Well, don't put the injury stuff out there in the world. If you're going to,
that's why I don't think he's going to be successful in the long term. If I'm a Spurs fan, that's my biggest concern.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, if you can fill out the way that Giannis is filled out at 7'6". You know what I mean? Giannis is 6'11", 7 foot with a monster wingspan, but like Wembanyama's, I don't even know how to say his name correctly. That's close. Like
Wembanyama.
He's too long. You can't put like girth on those muscles. He's just too long.
But what's nice is, unlike, we can get into his body type later. I'm going to go way too deep on this. What do we got next, Josh?
A woman on TikTok shared a video about how she had Chili's, the restaurant, cater her wedding, but she doesn't care if people call her cheap, 1-0. You would be disappointed if you went to a wedding that was catered by Chili's.
0. Like, I love this move, especially if the people who are there, like, love Chili's. Like, I would rather have, like, you go to weddings sometimes, right? And there's that basic just like, oh, this is like the catering for the building, and it's just like a chicken and potato, and like very rarely do you ever go to a wedding and you're like, wow, that food was knock it out of the park amazing. Like, because it's freaking expensive. You're paying for an inflated dinner for like 100 people or more, depending on how big the wedding is. I think, like, if you had Chili's, it'd be fun. Like, I'm sure that you can find, like, fajitas everywhere. Like, that's what I associate with Chili's. Maybe I'm wrong, but just fajitas, you know,
I'm thinking, like, boneless chicken tenders.
Yeah, I went wings. I went more, like, app food like that.
I would rather have that than just, like, some dry chicken breast with a mashed potato and
a veggie.
A veggie.
If you were to, all the weddings you've been to, what % have had a meal where you said, this is good? Because I think I'm at, like, 10 or below %.
I'm probably 50-50. Usually get a good piece of meat somewhere.
But, like, nobody goes to a wedding caring about the food.
Oh, no, I mean, half the time I don't remember what I ate.
That's what I mean. Like, you're going there, is it like open bar, fun wedding? Like, those are kind of the two things. Like, open bar, fun wedding, great.
Chicken, beef, or fish. It's not like, they don't, like, when you're putting your menu item order, it's not like the glazed chicken, with, like, you know what I mean? It's just chicken, beef, or fish. So it's not a main portion here. But to answer the question, I would be disappointed if I went to a wedding and was catered by Chili's because I'd be spending the rest of the night in the bathroom. Next.
1-0. It's okay to be cheap as long as everyone doesn't know you're cheap.
I mean, what? Like, again, like, here's the thing. I'd rather go to a wedding that had Chili's catering it in an open bar than a wedding that had, you know, a higher end whatever food, and I'm paying for drinks. I don't know if that's the case with this wedding.
I didn't watch the full video. I just got the gist.
I mean, dude, one, it's okay to be cheap even if people do know you're cheap. Like, who cares? They're going to think that about you. They're going to know that about you. But as long as you add value in other areas, they'll accept it.
They're coming to your wedding. They already know what you are.
Yeah.
So like you said, make sure everyone has a good time in the ways that you want them to.
In the month of April, Aaron Rodgers' Jets jersey led all NFL players in jersey sales in a list that included Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and even Jordan Love in 7th place. Winner 0. A Jordan Love jersey is a smart investment.
I mean, the answer is 0 for the exact reason why Greg started the show off ranting, which if you did miss, please go to Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts and listen to the first segment, because from Mark Murphy to Brian Gutekunst to Matt LaFleur to Adam Stenavich to anybody who spoke about Jordan Love or contract or whatever, it just hasn't shown the confidence that I think I would be looking for if I was Jordan Love, or I would be looking for if I was, a die-hard, carry the G proudly Packer fan.
I mean, I would say 0 in the sense of just like, I don't think there's any jersey that's a good investment. Like,
I was thinking investment of jersey that you can keep and wear for a long time. And
yeah, this is a little risky.
It's a little risk here versus like just wait and see. I was at a charity event last week where a signed Jordan Love jersey went for over $800, and I was like, that's interesting because if he pops and it's an authentic jersey, now all of a sudden that's a good investment. But if he doesn't, like,
you're gonna find it at $50 at Jeff Sports.
But again, I'm a believer. I'm a believer in Jordan Love.
Does the Mikowski line that we've created become the Jordan Love line if it ends up being bad from here forward?
It depends how things transpire afterwards.
I don't think in that world it does.
The Love line.
For there to be an additional line, there probably needs to be another failure
15,
or 2.
20 years, yeah.
Yeah, there needs to be more failures.
I was just saying, like, if this does go south really bad for a long time, the Love line's the next iteration of the Mikowski line.
Last one quickly here, winner 0. Aaron Rodgers is America's most popular athlete.
This feels like a 0. I don't know why. I mean, Mahomes is getting there because he's won
Mahomes
Super
is not
Bowl.
even as close to as popular as Aaron Rodgers.
He did. Guess who was at the Kentucky Derby? Both Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
How does that have to do with popularity?
It's the Kentucky Derby metric, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, like, they didn't ask Aaron Rodgers to come.
David Bakhtiari's brother was at the Kentucky Derby. It
No,
doesn't mean he's
I'm
popular.
telling you that Patrick Mahomes was interviewed 10 minutes before the Derby started on national television, while Aaron Rodgers was nowhere to be found.
It's because Aaron Rodgers is doing mushrooms with his buddies. Like, what I mean, he doesn't want to be on TV.
Oh
there.
yeah, he's ever passed up an opportunity to have his brand grow on media.
Does he do it on that sort of national media, or does he do it on his own media?
He did do it a few years back.
He did?
Yeah.
Look, it's not even as
Changing
close.
of the guard.
Not even as close.
I thought popular was interesting because there's a lot of people who hate him.
I agree, but popular is just people knowing who you are.
Yeah, hate or good could be
Like Kim
popular.
Kardashian is more popular than Aaron Rodgers. It doesn't mean that she's got more love poured on her than Aaron Rodgers. I mean, to me, it comes down to 3 athletes.
Brady's still, is he not an athlete anymore?
No, he's a former athlete. Aaron Rodgers, LeBron James, Tiger Woods. Those are your top 3 athletes in terms of
You can
popularity.
put Tiger Woods on a former athlete as well.
Has he played a tournament this year?
He's got a broken back.
Did he play a tournament this year?
Oh, come on. You
He did.
You know where
Is he
I'm
going to play another tournament?
At some point in the senior PGA Tour, then he'll withdraw from that too.
He's actually out for the rest of the season.
So you could be out for the rest of the season. He's going to be back. You don't think Tiger Woods is on hole 1 at Augusta next year on that Thursday?
Yeah,
I'll bet you anything
again.
that he does. It's fine, but he's still an active athlete.
Yep, TPC Wisconsin.
Don't be mad because I
Here
dunked on
comes
you
Tiger.
about Pat Mahomes.
You didn't dunk on me.
You got dunked through the rim.
Josh, why?
Dwayne in Sheboygan says, didn't Ben buy a Wade Miley knockoff jersey? He did, and then he wore it, and Wade Miley got hurt that same day. This coming a month after he wore a Giannis jersey, and Giannis got hurt that day.
What the hell, guys?
Benny Curse.
But, like, who was that? Why did he remember that, and why did he have to bring it up out of the blue?
Maybe your CGL team would have won if you didn't show up.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
That was savage. Benny,
I
why don't
already
you
lost sleep yesterday, Josh.
tell us about your friends at the Princeton Club?
Well, I got to work harder, Greg. I got to work harder. I got to have a better regiment routine when I go to work with Maddie in the Princeton Club, because what I did over the last 3 months was not good enough to win the spring session. So back to the drawing board, like I'll do with Maddie. We just scanned
the spring session too. You had 25% chance of winning. Like, that's amazing.
Hey, can I please talk about how I'm going to get better for the summer session?
When you were like explaining this league, didn't you think there's like a dozen teams at least, Joshy?
If you go to the casino, you'd be rich with those odds.
You guys are really breaking me down. I hope you know that.
Oh.
Free childcare with your membership. It's like, you know what? These are things that I will take and remember and use as motivation, just like all great athletes do. And I'm going to take it out when I'm punching the punching bag or lifting weights. My motivation to win the next league is because of Greg Scalzo and Josh DiMaggio. These two jerks who I work with every day, Monday through Friday, who show no belief in me. But my guy Matty believes in me. The Princeton Club creates a community for me to get better. Madison West, Madison East, New Berlin, tons of different places for you to go further your better tomorrow. I will get better tomorrow in fitness and in life. And when I check in, I'll also be helping food pantries. Go to the Princeton Club.
Benny, nobody believes in you more than we do. Our point is that you should actually win this league every single time you play it. I
don't need to talk right now,
but
Greg.
I'm saying
Shut
it's
up.
not a lack of belief.
No,
it's merely holding you accountable to a standard that you should be accountable to.
The way you guys just laugh together, like it pierces me.
You take this more seriously than anything else in your life, and it's a league with like 20 dudes that makes up 4 teams. Go and join the Milwaukee City Rec League. It's gonna be harder than this.
If we created a team in the league, we smoke anybody in that league. It's not even fun.
At least there's more teams in the league.
Not
maybe you
more
would,
teams.
maybe you
It's
wouldn't.
about playing the best competition each week.
Seems like not the best competition when you're literally closing the league off because you don't want to bring better competition in. But that's just one man's opinion. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Ben Brust has some thoughts on this Milwaukee Bucks roster. We'll talk about it next. We're presented by Michelob Ultra.
They couldn't play in our league.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Egg salad out of a vending machine or gas station sushi?
Egg salad.
I stopped off at a gas station for a snack, and I ended up with a full Bavarian pretzel the other day. Like a soft pretzel. It's a wild ride.
Did you have nacho cheese with it?
No. I raw dogged it.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Magoo's on the Mound is your game day headquarters. Located on 59th and Blue Mound, just minutes from the ballpark. Magoo's has food options for everyone and a vast selection of craft beers and cocktails. Enjoy some drinks and watch all the games with your buds. Or stay entertained with pool, darts, trivia, poker, or live music. Plus, Magoo's on the Mound offers plenty of free parking and shuttles to all home games for the crew. Check out their food and drink menu as well as upcoming events at magoos.biz. That's magoos.biz.
RJ Schinner has several Toshiba copier printers from James Imaging Systems. IT manager Gabe Colasari.
The reason why for James Imaging is their responsiveness, dedication, knowledge of the product, and they always make sure that the customer is taken care of.
The kind of customer service you'd expect from a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed office technology company like James Imaging Systems.
We actually have a high-end printing machine on site, so we produce our own catalogs, so we need the support to handle that.
James Imaging Systems. Better document imaging technology, better service.
When we've got a problem, we're able to call in and get it rectified or corrected without any issues.
Gabe, any advice to other local businesses?
Contact James. they'll take care of you.
James Imaging Systems. Reliable document imaging technology. Extraordinary local service. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
They talk about everything, but sports always comes first.
The Packers are rebuilding. They can say whatever they want. They're rebuilding. I understand the head coach doesn't say it. I understand the players don't like it. But they're rebuilding. They're rebuilding, of course. I vote yes. It has
and
to
I
be
know
yes.
they're rebuilding.
Pebble, are the Packers rebuilding?
100% rebuilding, yes.
Hell yeah. That will make the hell yes will be the absolute.
Spend your afternoons with Homer and Tony. Weekdays 2 to 4 on 94.5 ESPN.
Life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance because you'll feel protected no matter how the wind blows. All so you can keep enjoying the home of your dreams. And our expert agents can help you save up to 23% when you bundle home with auto. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. American Family Insurance. Get a quote? Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Over the past year, we've been hard at work improving our sales processes, expanding and remodeling our facilities, investing in new technology, and continuing our commitment to serve our customers, employees, and community. That's why at Boucher, when our customers leave the dealership, we hope we've made a customer for life. Whether you're in need of a new vehicle, are stopping in for routine maintenance, or are in need of collision work, we will be here to help. With 20 locations throughout southeastern Wisconsin and 30 brands, we've got thousands of new and used vehicles for you to choose from. Our dedicated employees have been named a 2022 top workplace for the past 11 years, and we always have been and will continue to be family-owned and operated. Proud to be your Wisconsin family dealership group since 1977. Visit us today at boucher.com.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners, where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Grateful Dead Thursday here on Scalzo and Brust. Where are we coming out of today, Joshy?
This is a classic Cornell University, Ithaca, New York, 1977.
Glad those nerds finally weren't studying for once.
Let's say upstate New York from 67 to 77 wasn't recognized necessarily as a bastion of studying for college students.
I heard Cornell and I thought study. Just give me a break.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. The number to get into the show. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh Damashi. I can tell you're beat down.
We didn't even say anything.
I know.
Should I get a sound for when he throws a dead fish, just like a flopping noise?
I think that'd be good. And like maybe one that's like...
Yeah. What happened to the Seinfeld one?
That's the laugh track. That's when you try to make the one-liner.
Have I not been hitting my jokes?
Can't tell sometimes when their jokes are not jokes. I don't want to beat up on you anymore.
That's right.
I want to be my version of Adam Stenavich and start building some confidence back in you.
Because right now I feel like I'm a level 1.
I know, and I need you to believe that we all believe in you so we can get back on track in the second hour. And it's not that the show's been bad. Now you're just taking it very personally about this congregation of dudes that play basketball every Wednesday in this rec league that you guys have that you think is super special, even though it could just be played at a local YMCA. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. One of your rec league peers is actually on the line right now. We welcome in Ron in the Key. Ron, welcome to Scalzo and Brust. We're presented by Michelob Ultra. Ron, what do you got?
I disown him from our...
Are we sure it doesn't stand for Congregation Gym League? Maybe?
It might
Anyways.
be. Congregated
Ben,
Guys League? Like, yeah.
Yeah. Ben, if you guys lose next week, you take fourth?
Cool, Ron.
Right? If my math is
No, that is correct, Ron. I will answer. That is correct.
Right? Okay. All right. So then, in theory, if me, Greg, Josh, Ashton, and Strofe entered, the worst we could do is finish one slot behind you.
I don't know why that's funny, because you guys would never be welcome into the league.
That doesn't make it better, Ben. You think that makes it like more competitive? Like in any logical format, it makes it less competitive when you're blocking people from joining the league.
We're not blocking people. We are only letting people in who know what the hell they're doing, and you guys aren't a part of that.
Okay. You think that you sound cool and
Why are we still
elitist
talking about this? I thought you were going to build me up.
But you make it so damn hard.
Thank you.
Thank you for the call. I mean, like, what are we doing here, Benny?
You make it so damn hard.
You're bragging. You're bragging like you're playing the Final Four.
I'm not bragging.
Every time
I can be upset that I lost yesterday and sucked.
I agree. One, we don't need to talk about it every time you're upset and you lost. Two,
somebody brought it up.
Why did they bring it up? How did any of us know that you were playing in a semifinal game last night, which is just literally a game in a league of 4 teams?
You don't need to add that every time you talk about it. See, it's so condescending. Why are you so condescending all the time?
You're so elitist all the time about this league that you think is so special and spectacular when you have 4 teams in the damn league.
It's a very elite 4 teams.
Yeah, and you all just pat each other on the back and give each other prizes. Like, hey, look, you won this time. You won this time. You won this time. I've won 3 sessions in the league. Just a bunch of dudes patting each other on the back. And I'm wondering, like, what do all you guys need that for? Like, what's missing that you all need to be together on a Wednesday night and pat each other on the back and feel better than everybody else?
Ben, care to comment?
I like the dead still going in the background.
Yeah, I heard the dead too. That's the only thing that kept me in this segment. I just don't know how we went from building me up to like just completely bringing me back down again.
I wanted to build you up, but you made it so hard.
What did I do? Ron called in, then you guys started being jerks again.
You said Ron would never be allowed in your league, and nobody would be allowed in your league because maybe he should be.
I'm done.
Maybe catch a
I'm
W.
broken. I'm a broken man.
All right, we'll build Ben Brust back up.
No, we won't.
Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra. Speaking of Michelob Ultra, Benny, this sounds like your night last night. There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue with your rigid routine, or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like playing basketball on a Wednesday night with friends, enjoying a few Michelob Ultras, and handing out trophies every few months to the different winners, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it.
CGL, it's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Oh, and you guys enjoy it. We know that. My goodness. We'll get back on track. I still want to hear what you had to think, what you had to say about Bobby Portis and some of his comments. But if you don't have it in you, we'll get back on with the Packers next. It's Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra. Back in 2 minutes.
Things along southbound 43, really kind of heavy ride all the way in through the Marquette and onto 4394 southbound, all the way down to the KK River. 894 westbound, solid out of the Mitchell interchange, all the way to about 92nd Street. The southbound side of 894, also slow from Greenfield Avenue all the way around the Hale interchange past Forest Home. East and westbound 94, your usual delays right through the Stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 53. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with rain likely, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality Men's Health. Guys, did you know that the stored belly fat reduces your free testosterone? The more the belly grows, the harder it is to drop, mostly because of the decrease in free T. It's a vicious cycle that men are losing, and unfortunately, everyone can see it. Mentality breaks that cycle with semaglutide, an industry-changing weight loss medication that can help you lose up to 15% of your body weight while preserving your testosterone. Join our over 20,000 clients to look and feel the way you deserve. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Homer here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6, it's Scalzo and Brust. For your sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6. It's Scalzo and Brust.
Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue.
It's a party, baby.
This is Scalzo and Brust. Woo! Presented by Michelob Ultra.
It's a party, baby.
On 94.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
It's a party, baby. Woo! It's a party, baby.
Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, Josh DiMaggio, you, the Scalzo and Brust family. Call us, text us, 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Daniel the Sloth chimes in. The official, unofficial landscaping sloth of the Scalzo and Brust family says, we might as well call in Marv Albert to call all of Ben's basketball games because it's a legit Final Four every week. Mary from Tosa feels really sorry for you, Ben. Since we pick on you constantly, she wants us to be nice to you.
Thank you, Mary.
That's not offensive to you? I would feel so bothered by that.
No.
Okay. Ron of the Key says CGL can't grow league? That's mean, Ron.
Ron, too far.
Too far.
Now we're taking out my height.
I'm not. Ron did. I got your back.
You were choosing what to read.
Hey, for the rest of the show, you can be 6'1".
6'1" Ben Brust. Round of applause, Joshy. Just grew an eighth of an inch. See, this is how we build you back up physically and mentally and spiritually.
You guys are just absolutely gems at this. Like, you guys should do this for a living, build people up.
Thank you. On Twitter, at Scalzo and Brust, we do have the question. See, I'm going to read the nice question, too, not even the not nice question. It's the kind of guy that I am. On Twitter, at Scalzo and Brust, we've got the poll posted. Would you prefer the Packers lie to you about what they think about Jordan Love's abilities? And I don't think a lot of people understood the spirit of the question. 76 said no, 24% say yes. So 76% of you want the team to be perfectly honest with you about the player's abilities. And the tough part about that is, again, like, think about your personal life. Think about what you do for a living. Think about who you are at home. Think about your career. I don't know. Oh, God, this is going to be so hard to do this without ripping you.
Why didn't you even do anything?
I know, but I want to make a joke, and now
Just
I'm not going
do
to.
it.
But who you are, like who you were when you played sports, like growing up, right? And how when you got those breaks, you became a better, more confident player or doer of your job. And so, like, it's part of the reason why Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outlier had written that, like, a lot of people who are more successful, and especially in the sports world that become more successful, are folks that were older for their class or older for their grade, because you're bigger, you're stronger, you tend to be better, you tend to gain more confidence. Like, confidence is imperative to success. So the idea is
a ton of that right now.
That if the Packers were to be focused on building Jordan Love's confidence, it actually creates a greater chance of success versus just being completely transparent or honest even about what they think of Jordan Love, even if that is accurate and saying we're not sure or he's starting down here. Like, this is all coming off of Adam Stenavich, the offensive coordinator of the Packers, earlier today, saying that They're going from Aaron Rodgers at a level 8 quarterback to Jordan Love at a level 1 quarterback. And a lot of fans are saying, wait, he's in year 4 right now? You're saying he's at level 1?
And also the comparison to Aaron Rodgers, like, why even do that?
So if you are the Packers, shouldn't you be more focused on doing whatever you can to trying to build up Aaron Rodgers, even if a little bit of it is hope and not pure honesty, as opposed to being like what Matt LaFleur said, yeah, this is a rebuilding year, we're going to have to you have to, he didn't say rebuilding year, to be completely fair. LaFleur said we have to limit our expectations for what this team can be. Bakhtiari called it a rebuilding year. Gutekunst wasn't willing to commit to Jordan Love for multiple years. And Stanovich is comparing him at level 1 to Aaron Rodgers at level 8, which means that your quarterback drop was 7 levels.
I think the Packers have been listening to the show, and I think they've been like, you know what, this is how Greg and Josh continue to build up Ben Brust. They just knock him down, and I think they're taking the cues from the way that you guys handle building people up. They're doing the opposite. They're not giving the Jordan Love of the show, in which you would call me, the best chance to succeed mentally right now. They're not giving him confidence.
Logan in Milwaukee says someone should buy Ben a milkshake.
Using my own bit against me.
I didn't even realize that. Yeah, look, I think ultimately it's better in my mind to do that, especially when you've got a quarterback room right now that has some giant question marks next to it, right? Because Jordan Love's your guy. Right now, in that quarterback room, you've got Jordan Love, you've got Danny Etling, who came into the league as an attempted converted wide receiver from the quarterback position. And you've got Sean Clifford, who the Packers just drafted in the 5th round, who's the presumed backup quarterback. So all of your eggs are in the Jordan Love basket. And again, I believe in Jordan Love. And I think partially because of the actions by this team, they continue to show through their actions generally that they believe in him, right? Trading up to get him in the 1st round, moving on from Aaron Rodgers at this point to start him. Now, they didn't do that when signing him to the contract that they did in terms of what that extension is, and they haven't been willing to be verbose about it and confident about it when speaking to the media, which out of all of the things we just discussed is the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, part of it, though, is maybe through the actions haven't been that forward in believing in Jordan Love. It's not like they were quick to move on from Aaron Rodgers. They could have moved on from him earlier instead of waiting until like the whole FaceTime nonsense, and next thing you know, they're moving on from him and saying Jordan Love's the guy. They didn't move on from him quick to be like, hey, we're going to go to Jordan Love now, even though it was a marriage that was never going to work moving forward in 2023 and Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. So that's one of them. They didn't pick up the 5th-year option, so that was kind of a hedge, even though they gave him an extension and chances for him to make more money based off of incentives in 2023. So I would actually make arguments that even actions haven't been the ones. The only one that was back in 2020 when they did trade up for him, and I saw the smiles of Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur when they drafted the guy. Other than that, I haven't felt that energy about Jordan Love when they're speaking about him.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. And again, one of the reasons why I do think there's confidence there too as well, like in terms of their actions, is they haven't brought in a veteran backup. Right? You don't have a backup option for Jordan Love. Carson Wentz has been linked to the team, but there isn't anybody there. Like, it says a lot in terms of what they think there. Now, again, I know you think, all right, maybe they bottom out and they get back in it next year, right? That has to be a part of the equation.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think if Jordan Love's good, it's perfect for them. If he sucks, they bottom out. But also, the thing that they're telling me with Danny Etling and what's his name?
Sean
Clifford, is that if Sean Clifford goes out there, if Jordan Love happens to get hurt or has to play some snaps, they're going to lose all those games. And so, if, like, 2 of the 3 options end up with the Packers being okay, being bad, and reinvesting back in that position. Because it's not like they're saying, hey, we super believe in Jordan Love that, like, we're going to win 8 or 9 games, and if we need somebody to win us a game, we're going to go out and get a veteran. They're saying we're just going to ride with the converted wide receiver to quarterback and the guy that was projected not to be even drafted in the NFL draft that they picked in the 5th round. So I don't see a lot of confidence there either. Like that's not a lot of confidence like that I'd be feeling if I'm Jordan Love. I'd probably want somebody. The Packers should want to put competition in the QB area. Because you know what competition breeds? Better results. You get to see what people are made of at all times. Right now he's being handed the keys to something, which is good and all. We're going to see what he's made of. But is he really being pushed to the level that he needs to drive the most success? QB controversies are good when you have a loaded QB room. It pushes everyone to be better. Who's pushing Jordan Love right now?
Sean Clifford. They invested a 5th-round pick in him. Like, Sean Clifford seems to be the guy that they're looking at in that spot. 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Josh and Heartland, not the unofficial voice coach of the Scalzo and Brust family. The other Josh and Heartland says, maybe Stenavich has a grievance with the Packers and feels like they shouldn't have moved on at all. That's fine. Then it still doesn't behoove you to not instill confidence in Jordan Love. Like, if that's the case, you make it very clear to your bosses. They'll be aware of what your position was. And then still, it's impressive if you can go and make Jordan Love. Like, the future of Adam Stanovich's brand in the NFL hinges on the success of Jordan Love.
Whether he likes it or not.
And if he was that passionate about it and thinks that he's going to sync with that, then he has the opportunity to leave that position and go elsewhere. But he's right there. So in order for him to show that he can be a successful offensive coordinator, he has to figure out a way to be successful with Jordan Love as his quarterback.
Year one didn't end up real good for him anyways as an offensive coordinator with Aaron Rodgers. So if anything, here's an opportunity to show, hey, with Aaron Rodgers at the end of his career, we were 8-9. The offense wasn't great. We are in somewhat of a rebuild. We're trying to figure out how to grow this offense with young guys. This is my opportunity. I have a blank canvas to grow with Jordan Love and a lot of these young players. It's a great opportunity, but it doesn't really sound like he's looking forward to it because Jordan Love's at level 1 and he's ready to go.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. This is Jason in Sun Prairie. Jason, welcome to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. What do you got, Jason?
Hey, thanks for having me. Really love your show. Listen to it every day, so thanks for putting it on. But I think you guys just gotta give Jordan Love a shot, and Brian and the team, like, they are motivating him by not just going out and saying he's the best. There's different ways to motivate people. There's lots of different ways you could play this situation. We're going to see what happens. They'll probably sign a veteran, but maybe they'll wait till he gets hurt. Why invest the money if you don't need it? That's kind of where I'm at with it. So I'm all about the Jordan Love train. Glad the drama's over. Love Aaron Rodgers. He's just, done with it.
Is it gone or now?
Thank you for the call.
Nobody's asking the Packers to tell Jordan Love that he's the best, as you mentioned there. We're merely saying showing confidence and belief in him would be better than comparing him to Aaron Rodgers and saying he's at level 1. Like, if I'm 4th year in the league and I'm being compared to Rodgers when I'm about to take over the starting position, like, I'm not feeling good going out there. That would be in the way that you put this, Greg. If I was at the University of Wisconsin and the shooting guard that was moving on was a level 8 and Bo's like, you're a level 1, you shouldn't even be starting, right? Like I wouldn't feel good about going out there and performing for my team.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's also, if you think that, like, in terms of different ways to motivate, I buy that there's different ways to motivate. But I think that if you think he needs to work harder, which at this point would be the only way that you can say you're trying to motivate him, if you think he should be doing more, from everything I've heard, he's been working his tail off and head in the books. You tell him that directly. You don't go out in the media and like say, he's a level 1, like. I don't even think this is a massive deal. My point is, it's just a missed opportunity over and over again for you to have a clear, concise vision of what you are trying to do with your young quarterback from top to bottom. The incentivization for him, the motivation for Jordan Love was done in the contract. You want to make money? Be great. You want to be great? That's when the one-on-one coaching happens, where they say, here are the steps you need to take in order to be great.
Yeah, I mean, I think the narrative of Jordan Love's confidence continued to dwindle. Not dwindle, because, again, we don't know exactly what he's feeling, but from a public perception of the way the Packers are talking about him, it all started when Brian Gutekunst was asked about the 5th-year option. He said, we're working on that. figuring that out. And it turned into a contract extension that guaranteed him more money and the more money, potential to make more money than his fifth-year option, but a lot of incentives which are likely unachievable heading into this next season based off where the roster is right now.
800-990 ESPN. Josh in Oregon, welcome to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra. What do you got?
Yeah, how you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Awesome. I just want to touch base on the reason why everyone's setting the expectations so low is because they've seen Jordan Love for 4 years. And they know what they have in Jordan Love. I mean, how can you not, even if he hasn't played a bunch of active NFL snaps, Kansas City knew what they were getting in Patrick Mahomes. People have a really good idea. So they know exactly what Jordan Love is, and they're just speaking it out because they know he's not even a top 30 quarterback in the NFL.
So then, I guess, why are you under the belief they're trying to tank it this year?
Well, I want them to tank it this year.
But I'm saying, do you think that's their goal? Because under the premise of what you're saying, they all know that the starting quarterback that they're planning to run out is bad, right? So if that's the case,
I don't think they have any other options right now because of how Aaron Rodgers how that all ended up unfolding, that they just had to get rid of him. And they didn't have any other options to go, and they know we need a no quarterback, so we just might as well lose some games and put Jordan Love out there until we can be successful again with a good quarterback.
You know what, Josh? Thank you for the call. If that's the plan for the Green Bay Packers, then I understand this move, right? Then everybody distance yourself from the guy, tank it out, and go ahead and get the picks and move on to the next. Then I understand it. If you're trying to win this year, then even if you don't know if he's that good, then you're trying to build him up because you've seen players who ultimately aren't that great have great seasons when they're feeling it, when they get in the zone, when they are feeling that confidence, and maybe you can catch that early on. And maybe you can build on that if you're the Packers, even if you have your doubts. I just don't understand why you wouldn't be trying to instill that confidence in Jordan Love unless, as that caller said, you're trying to actively tank the season. 800-990-3776, caller 6, caller 9. Again, 800-990-ESPN. We're playing over-under next, over-under par on Scalzo and Brust, presented by Wild Rock. Caller 6, Josh DiMaggio's got a category. We don't know what it is, but you'll find out. I'll also give you an over-under line for the amount of correct answers Ben and I will get out of 10 guesses within that category within 3 minutes. You say over or under, depending on whether or not you believe in us. Caller number 9, you're stuck on the other side. Caller 6, caller 9, 800-990-ESPN. Winner wins a foursome to the beautiful Wild Rock Golf Course in the Wisconsin Dells. Over under par. Coming up next, 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. It is Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You know the rule about double dipping, Greg. Double dipping in the same game's tough.
I mean, they brought in Whipple, the former offensive coordinator.
No justification, kiddo.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Southbound 43 continues kind of a hefty ride all the way down from Capitol Drive through the Marquette. Right now, Brown Deer Road into downtown is going to take you about 23 minutes, so it's an extra 12. Stays very heavy over the high-rise bridge downtown to Layton Avenue, another 11 minutes there. We've also got backups solid out of the Mitchell Interchange heading westbound on 894. That is going to be a pretty hefty ride. We're looking at 19 minutes there. It's an extra 13 onto your normal ride. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 53. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with rain likely, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
There's a race going on inside your body, and sometimes the bad guys, otherwise known as arthritis, get there first. That's when the joint pain kicks in.
Your healing process is just too slow and just can't catch up, and it needs just a little bit of help from QC Kinetics.
That's Dr. Daniel Zuckerman, a QC Kinetics medical director.
We all know that you can heal yourself. If you get a cut, it heals on its own. Your joints are no different. We can take the healing properties from your blood, concentrate them down, and put them in the spot that you need the help. It's amazing. Your body can can heal itself.
At QC Kinetics, that's called regenerative medicine. No surgery or steroids, just lasting relief, the natural way.
The fact that we can treat them without surgery, but using their own body's natural healing process, without medications, without steroids, without surgery, it's just amazing.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
RJ Schenner has several Toshiba copier printers from James Imaging Systems. IT manager Gabe Colasari.
The reason why for James Imaging is their responsiveness, dedication, knowledge of the product, and they always make sure that the customer is taken care of.
The kind of customer service you'd expect from a 100% Wisconsin-owned and managed office technology company like James Imaging Systems.
We actually have a high-end printing machine on site, so we produce our own catalogs, so we need the support to handle that.
James Imaging Systems. Better document imaging technology, better service.
When we've got a problem, we're able to call in and get it rectified or corrected without any issues.
Gabe, any advice to other local businesses?
Contact James. they'll take care of you.
James Imaging Systems. Reliable document imaging technology. Extraordinary local service. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local office technology partner.
Cedar Ridge Distillery continues to make a home right here in Wisconsin. The original 86 bourbon is the best-selling bourbon in Iowa for 3 straight years, and you have the opportunity to get that here in Wisconsin. Also, the quintessential, the best American single malt, voted by John Barleycorn Awards, and Cedar Ridge manages every step of the production from grain to glass. Make sure you pick up the Scalzo and Brust private barrel of bourbon and rye whiskeys, available at Discount Liquor at 51st in Oklahoma or Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha.
Life's better with an auto policy from American Family Insurance. No matter what dreams you're driving towards. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto coverage at the right price. You'll also save up to 23% when you bundle auto with home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
On a Grateful Dead Thursday, it is Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
Joshy was getting ready for Dead & Co. back there, playing some air guitar.
Strumming it.
I was slapping the bass there, actually.
Sorry.
Thanks, Phil. Presented by Michelob Ultra. You, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776, Twitter, at Scalzo and Brust. Joshua, let's get right to some over-under.
Will the guys hit the under, or will they tap dance on Joshy's grave? It's time for Over Under Par on Scalzo and Brust. Presented by Wild Rock Golf Club. Now open for the 2023 season. Go to wildrockgolf.com and make a tee time today.
Love Wild Rock. Love some over-under. Here's how the game works. Josh DiMaggio picks a category. We don't know what it is. He's applied an over-under line to the amount of correct answers Benny and I will get out of 10 guesses within 3 minutes. We don't know what that is either. However, caller number 6, Nate on the road, found out both. He doesn't believe in us, Benny. He picked the under. Caller number 9, Jason in Sun Prairie, stuck on the other side. Jason's got the over. Joshy, what do we have this week?
How do you guys feel about the fact that all of these segments I've outsourced to ChatGPT? I keep giving them, feeding the system. I don't have to do the work. It's
great. Out. More time for you to do more things for Scalzo and Brust.
Totally agree.
Thanks for letting us know.
It was needed today, let me tell you. I'm looking for the top 10 gas stations with the most locations in the United States. The over-under is 7.5.
Gas stations... The most gas stations.
Most gas station locations in the United States.
Dude, that's absurd.
Wait, like Like
7.5?
brand, a gas station brand.
Yes. So if you were to name, like
All
this
right,
one,
I'll
this
get-
one isn't on the list. So Quick Trip.
Okay.
I'm gonna start the clock.
It's more than a gas station, Joshy.
2, 1.
BP, final answer.
I'm happy you're right, but I was almost hoping you're wrong for just jumping out right
BP
away
is
and doing it.
fourth.
Mobil?
ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil is 2.
Shell, final.
Final.
Shell is 1.
I feel like Citgo's really fallen down. What about Chevron?
Chevron? Citgo over Chevron? Chevron? Citgo, final.
Citgo is 7th on the list.
Like
I want to say like Flying J. Like who's
Pilot?
Haslam's?
Is it Pilot?
I think it's the same one. Flying J and Pilot's the same one.
Those
aren't
are good because they're all over like the middle of states, I feel like.
Is that the same one, Joshy?
It is, yes.
Okay, we'll go with the Flying J Pilot.
Flying J.
2 minutes.
7.5?
That is 12th on the list.
Okay, it's close.
I'm not gonna count out Chevron just because I don't like what's third. This is hard. I'm trying to like place my brain
I am too,
in
and I'm
like
trying to
another
do it
state.
Yeah.
Take me out east.
Out east is a lot of mobiles. I worked at a mobile on the run in high school.
We don't need that side note right now.
They've got like a quick trick like place out there called Cumberland Farms, but that's
There's
very
a
like.
come and go, but that's just Iowa based, I think.
What about the
Is Casey's-
66
is
one?
Casey-
What about the 66 one? Like, you know that sign? I can see it in my head.
I know. I can see it in my head too.
What is it called? I
What's
don't even know if it's that though.
What's like the like? There's like a Travel Plaza one that I always pass by like Rockford.
1 minute.
I don't like the
horrible.
1 minute. I don't like the 1 minute.
The ChatGPT doing Josh's work is
It's not good.
and then you laughing because you didn't do anything. Greg, give me something. Give me something. Chevron final.
Chevron's 3.
What now, Benny?
Dude, I'm
Three.
fine.
You had
do something
7.
me. We gotta win.
How many more do we need?
3.
3 more?
Yeah. In 30
we don't.
seconds.
We don't stand a chance. Let's do
30
the 66.
The 66 thing.
I'll allow it. Phillips 66
Hey!
is 8th.
I mean, like what? We have 2 more to go.
Speedway final.
Speedway, fine. Wait, really?
Yes, come on.
I'm lost, dude. I don't know.
We need one more.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
On you, buddy.
5,
You got it.
4.
I believe in you.
3, 2, 1.
You didn't even shoot the shot.
I froze.
You just Grayson Allen it.
You did Grayson that.
No. Grayson Allen
Graysoned it.
had the ball. I never actually had the ball.
Greg dished it to you.
Yeah. Because he was like Giannis and didn't want to shoot the free
Greg
throws
Mets.
late.
All right, I come through a lot here. You do too. We're normally very
We
good.
normally
Let's not.
are a good
Let's
team.
not let this
break
fraction.
the band right now over this.
This was.
I'm Chat IPT nonsense.
You know what? I hate to do it. We actually had a good
Moral victory.
effort. We had a good effort. there.
Yeah.
We
Came
got
up late with-
we got 7
it
of
was-
the top 10 gas stations in the country.
It was a perfect line. You guys were 1 away.
All right, what did we miss?
We had to pull a lot out of our you-know-what
I didn't even
there.
know what Phillips 66.
The 66 thing.
6th is a one that I've seen, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Sunoco?
Sunoco.
Yeah.
That's the
Shoulda
racing
gotten
fuel
Sunoco.
for NASCAR.
You should have gotten Sunoco.
9 is Valero.
Never heard of it.
Big down southwest.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten Valero.
And the last one, you've probably been to one in Wisconsin. It's a
Casey's?
Circle K.
Circle K.
I wouldn't have gotten a Circle
Yeah.
K.
I mean,
I feel
would've-
pretty good about that
I wouldn't
loss.
have gotten Sunoco either. Like, it's not like really prevalent in our area.
11th was Love's. 12 was Pilot Flying J. 13th,
You know what?
7-Eleven.
Again, I feel really good that Josh did no work and we still almost beat the AI.
Yeah, you
We're
don't
almost-
even
Dude,
need to feel good
we're
about
like
this
better
anymore.
than AI. We are AI essentially based off.
Except for you lost.
We did lose. It was a failure. That's it. Nothing else we can say.
It's just another step in your journey.
Congratulations, Nate, on the road. Nate, you win.
No congrats to him. Enjoy Wild Rock Golf Course. It's been amazing, but going against us, I don't want to
Yeah, you know what, Nate? I hope you shoot 150 at Wild Rock. I hope you lose all of your balls, and I hope you break your 7-iron on a tree. That's what I say to you, Nate, on the road. Bum.
Did you say break your 7-iron on a tree because you've done that?
I have done that. You watched me do that.
Yeah, it was
Snap
incredible.
clean in half.
I'd never seen anything like it. Punching out of the trees.
800-990 ESPN.
You wished your own golf game on somebody else.
I did. You know what? I did. We're going to take a look at what Bobby Portis said about the end of the season for the Milwaukee Bucks. Ben's got some thoughts about that next. Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra.
Over under how many times you've teased that?
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
I want Greg Scalzo to be my running mate, and you get to be VP, but I'm taking George Washington off the one. You're saying no.
I would not want that to tarnish my legacy or reputation.
Your legacy is you and I are P and VP of life forever. That's our legacy. Who cares what we did?
You were born when George Washington was born. You wouldn't have made it to 1 year old. Times were hard back then, and that man won the freaking American Revolution and started this fine country.
He's a great man. He had his run. It's a new era.
Scalzo and Brust. Available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Southbound 43 continues kind of a hefty ride all the way down from Capitol Drive through the Marquette. Right now, Brown Deer Road into downtown is going to take you about 23 minutes, so it's an extra 12. Stays very heavy over the high-rise bridge downtown to Layton Avenue, another 11 minutes there. We've also got backups solid out of the Mitchell interchange heading westbound on 894. That is going to be a pretty hefty ride. We're looking at 19 minutes there. It's an extra 13 onto your normal ride. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 53. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with rain likely, a high of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Kevin Red here from Mentality Men's Health. We hear stories every day in our clinics that what used to work for guys doesn't anymore. Increased cardio, cut out certain food, nothing stops the changes in their bodies, especially the weight. The fact is, years of decreasing testosterone has packed on the belly fat that won't go away. We've introduced a medication, semaglutide, that helps drop 15% of the body weight on average while preserving testosterone. Join the over 20,000 Mentality clients and jumpstart your results. In Milwaukee, go to lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
What are you trying to do? I want to stand while I work. Standing desks are all the rage these days.
You know these new desks move up and down, right?
What? They do?
Yeah, they're not messing around here.
This is great. Now, only if I had a chair to swivel around in.
Do you not pay attention?
Well, no wonder I'm not getting much done these days.
Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors, the official moving and furniture provider of GKB Milwaukee.
Experience the rebirth of an American treasure in Oconomowoc. The club at Lac La Belle is open. The redesigned course is one of Wisconsin's finest tracks at the heart of the Wisconsin Golf Trail. Named Best New Wisconsin Course in 2021 by Golf Digest. The club at Lac La Belle is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. See what everyone is talking about. The club at Lac La Belle is a place to experience over and over again. Go to club@laclabelle.com to start your journey.
At Evans Transportation, they love the sounds of Milwaukee baseball. Bats cracking, crowds cheering, brats grilling. And Evans is a big fan of manufacturing runs, both on the diamond and in supply chain management. When manufacturers have accounting, shipping, and tracking needs, they come to Evans. Because, just like in baseball, teams who know how to manufacture runs have the best chance of long-term success. Evans in Delafield supports Milwaukee's baseball team. Find them at evanstrans.com.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
Scalzo and Brust presented by Michelob Ultra on a Grateful Dead Thursday. Ben Brust, Greg Scalzo, you, the Scalzo and Brust family, calling, texting 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-ESPN. 424 says Bucks Nation want Nick Nurse to lead them next season to a title. Well, they've reportedly interviewed like 12 people, and none of them are Nick Nurse.
Bucks bot account 789.
It is definitely a Bucks bot account. Should we just go back, pick a random date, and see what it is? Thursday, March 30th, Bucks bot account 789 says Eric Grayson Allen wrecking the Pacers.
Yikes!
Bucks
Eric
smash
Grayson
Boston
Allen
tonight
not
and
a shot
easily
up.
cover. Milwaukee will be dejected and dazed if they lose to these Boston Bozos in a series. This is on Friday, March 31st. Ooh, this is bad to look back at. I don't like that.
The Boston Bozos.
Who's funding these people?
Ask Tausch. I think it's just AI. Is Tausch joining us today, by the way, after yesterday's appearance?
No, not to my knowledge.
On Twitter, at Scalzo and Brust, who causes more people to turn against Ben Brust? 80% of the Scalzo and Brust family believe it's Ben Brust. 20% believe it is me.
Wrong.
I had a caller while you guys were going back and forth earlier that asked, why are you guys making fun of Ben Brust for this basketball league so much? And I said, well, it's a closed league that they don't allow everyone to play in, and there's only 4 teams. And the caller, he was from Sheboygan, burst out into guffaws. And he was right back on our side.
Wait, I thought we were building me back up.
We are, because you're going to tell us what you thought about Bobby Portis' comments as far as what the difference was between last season, the season before that, and how this season ended for the Milwaukee Bucks.
So Bobby Portis tweeted something that caught my eye about Darvin Ham, who is the assistant coach under Bud, who took the Los Angeles Lakers job, currently coaching in the Western Conference Finals. Bobby said what's not being talked about enough is the loss of Darvin Ham, which to me is, why are you even bringing that up, dude? You took an L to the Heat. Your coach got fired, and the players, to me, aren't taking enough accountability for this right now. Bobby Portis just received an extension through 2026. He was the 5th highest paid player last year. He'll be the 4th, then the 3rd, then the 2nd most on the books, and obviously things will change. But he's making about $60 million.
$60 million
over the next 4 or 5 years. And so I got Bobby Portis on Twitter saying the loss of Darvin Ham was not talked about enough for the Milwaukee Bucks, the number 1 seed, to lose to the Miami Heat. Like, I'm sorry. I know Bud did not coach great in Game 4 and Game 5. They had 15 and 16-point leads. But when are the players going to start taking some accountability for the fact that they could have picked their coach up when he was going through some traumatic situations with his family and probably not in the best state of mind in the first round of the freaking NBA playoffs? Giannis playing hot potato. Drew Holiday playing horrible offense. Chris Middleton, I'm not going to throw into this because he had an injury-filled season. Bobby Portis, where were you? Huh? Did Darvin Ham have anything to do with you not showing up when your team needed you most? And actually not getting as much playing time because you didn't play that well in the playoffs? Like, to me, this continues to be mind-boggling on a lot of standpoints. They moved on from the coach with the best resume. Everyone's going to say it's time. Well, was it? Because you're just going to have a lateral move. And nobody, like, there's nobody sticking out on the page moving forward that says this has to be the guy. Nick Nurse, great. Not an upgrade. To me, the same. It's the absolute same. So I'm sick and tired of the excuse finding right now.
But you're also,
there's not enough ownership from the players.
But you're also saying that it's about the players here. Like, the organization decided to move on from Bud. One, I don't entirely disagree with it, even if it is a lateral move for a few different reasons. One, I think the organizations earn the benefit of the doubt. based on how they have put this team together. The fact that they stuck with Bud for long enough to actually win the championship when a lot of people were ready to give up on him, especially on the north side.
They always know.
And like they can make that decision. What you're ultimately saying is that this has nothing to do with the coach. You plug in any coach there, you're saying the players were the ones that lost that series.
If you plug in Greg Scalzo or Josh DiMaggio or Ben Brust as the head coach in the fourth quarter against the Heat, like, it shouldn't matter. You have the greatest player in the freaking world. You have Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton who won a title with that guy. Brook Lopez, who's supposed to be one of the, like, those are the four core guys that Bud thanked on the way out, because those guys got it done. And Bud's message was classy on the way out. But forget the classiness right now. It's about the guys who did not help pick up their coach in that moment. Giannis shrunk in that moment. And I hope he hears me, because I saw the Instagram, right? I'm tired of being disrespected. Yeah, I will disrespect the way that you talk to the media and said, oh, we're building for success. Screw that. Screw building for success. You missed your opportunity, and now Bobby Portis is blaming the loss of an associate head coach. Take some accountability of the court and get it done, because the team that came in the Fiserv and took it from you is taking it from everyone else, and that used to be what the Bucks were about when they were the hunting and not the hunted.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776. Got to give a shout out to our friends at Smart Spaces. Smart Spaces helped us here at our build out with ESPN Milwaukee down at the 3rd Street Market Hall at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. They helped our space become smarter, more technologically integrated, and able to perform beautifully across all virtual meeting environments. How did they do it? Well, they've got a listen-first culture where they learned our needs and they provided seamless solutions for our office, not only giving us the technology that we need to do what we do best every day, literally building it into the fabric of our office, but also doing it in a way that upholds the aesthetic, upholds the culture that we want here at Good Karma Brand. See how they can help improve your business as they did for us at smartspaceswi.com. That's smartspaceswi.com. You got plastic on that? I thought you took out like some of those utensils that you get at a restaurant, so I was very taken aback for a moment. Could you see
no utensils here?
Could you see how that would be mistaken?
Maybe, but this is a very long plastic thing.
I know, but I was in the middle of a read, and next thing I know, like I just saw that pop out of your pocket, and I was a little bit alarmed.
Pop out of my pocket.
That's what she said.
What is my wee-wee doing right now?
I want to get back to the Packers. What's the bigger unknown right now? Is it the Packers offense or is it the Packers defense? That's next. Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
You're listening to Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra.
101 calories in a 24-minute sex session. That's the result.
When you're Ben Brust laying on your back, expecting everybody else to do the work.
I hate you so.
Scalzo and Brust, available anywhere you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why Cedar Ridge Distillery's Original 86 is something you got to grab off the shelves right now. Cedar Ridge has made a home in Wisconsin here, one of the best-selling bourbons in Iowa, and we have the opportunity to be drinking that here in the state of Wisconsin. The quintessential, the single malt, very, very delicious. And don't forget the Scalzo and Brust private barrel of bourbon and rye whiskeys are available at Discount Liquor in Waukesha and the downtown or the Milwaukee location. Cedar Ridge Distillery, check them out. Make sure you try their bourbon or rye whiskey and the single malt.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat with Jason Fitz.
Okay, by now y'all know I'm a big 80s wrestling fan, so forgive me for a second while I tie 80s wrestling directly to the Western Conference Finals. Hear me out. If you followed wrestling back in the day, you knew that the only way a superstar could be made was if somebody else helped them in that process. Like a superstar had to beat a superstar to become a superstar. Very easy process, right? Hulk Hogan becomes Hulk Hogan in part by beating Andre the Giant, right? These moments are iconic to the growth of certain superstars. Why am I talking about that on ESPN, for the love of God? Well, because it has a lot to do with what we might see from Nikola Jokic. Think about it. A two-time MVP. You still don't know who he is. You wouldn't know what he looked like if he walked into Starbucks. You'd just think, wow, he's tall. That's as much as you would know. There is absolutely no name, face identification, recognition for one of the biggest stars in the league and an iconic once-in-a-generation type player. So how does the NBA fix that? In 60 seconds, I'll tell you why this series will do exactly that.
Imagine you're looking at a balancing scale.
with everything you do for other people on one side and everything you do for yourself on the other side. If it isn't balanced, maybe it's time to spend a little more time on you. And therapy is a great place to start. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist online who can help you find that balance and stick to it. Visit betterhelp.com/score to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/score.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
I think my battery's dead.
With free battery testing and charging, AutoZone is here to help.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
What if I need a new one?
We have the right batteries right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone,
And what if I don't know how to connect it?
No problem. We have a how-to for you at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
See, it's not about Denver beating the Lakers, although that would be great for the development of Jokic. It's about Jokic going out and single-handedly being the best player on the floor every night. Undeniable greatness. That's the sort of moment against the Lakers, against Anthony Davis, against LeBron. That's the moment that makes a legend. All of a sudden, it'll be a conversation about, is Denver wasting Jokic? Does Jokic need to go somewhere else to win a championship? Those are the things we'll say as long as Jokic goes in and is absolutely incredible. This is actually, strangely, an opportunity, win or lose for Denver, for the NBA. If Denver goes in and beats the Lakers, the star of Jokic will rise. If Jokic outplays everybody else, the Q rating, as they like to say, will rise for him even more. And for the future of the league, that's important. With the ESPN Radio Sports Beat from Fitz and Harry, I'm Jason Fitz.
Watch PGA Tour champions, including tournament host and Wisconsin native Steve Stricker, at the American Family Insurance Championship when it returns to University Ridge Golf Course in Madison, Friday, June 9th through Sunday, June 11th. AmFam Champ Week will also include an exciting concert featuring Tyler Hubbard of Florida Georgia Line, Friday, June 9th. Proceeds will support the Steve Stricker American Family Insurance Foundation and the American Family Children's Hospital. Get your tickets today at amfamchampionship.com. That's amfamchampionship.com. It's Scalzo and Brust on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
Gone are the days when the Alps fall down. Take up the old plow the fields around. Gone are the days when the ladies said please.
Scalzo and Brust, presented by Michelob Ultra on a Grateful Dead Thursday. Just wanted to let it play out a little bit, Benny. 608 says, couldn't agree more with Big Ballin' Benny. To edit that one a little bit. They're complimentary of you. I don't know if this is true or not, but we'll get to that on a
Must be
different
someone
show.
from the north side.
Says, I agree with Big Ballin' Benny. The players let Bud down.
I mean, they didn't let him down. I will give them this. When they were actual champions against Atlanta in the Eastern Conference Finals, no Giannis. Chris Middleton scores 15 straight in the third quarter. Drew Holiday finishes it out. Giannis comes back. I don't know how his knee didn't fall and break and come off his leg, but they won 4 straight after going down 0-2. So you can never take away that championship, but that's the kind of DNA that real championship winners continue to build into dynasties. And to lose in the first round in the fashion that they did is just disappointing. It really is. I cannot get over. I cannot get over the fact that it was like Bud. Yet the same guy we herald and all love in Giannis shot crappy from the free throw line, didn't want the ball, and was a liability out there because of that. I'm sorry I'm attacking the prized possession of this city, but it's just the honest to God truth. It was embarrassing.
My lip is bleeding right now trying to hold back on Ben Brust and his loss in the 4-team league he plays in last night.
You know what? I played like Giannis. Missed a free throw late when it mattered.
I mean, Ben, there's 5 times more teams in the NFL playoffs or the NBA playoffs than there are in the closed gym league.
Why'd you bring it here?
You guys firing your
I'm
coach?
like literally trying to avoid it.
I thought I was like, again.
You made a great point.
But your head goes to my freaking Wednesday night playoffs.
Well, you're criticizing the players. You're calling out Giannis, and meanwhile,
It's my job to talk about the professional sports.
I agree.
I guess it's your job to make fun of me when I'm too serious about something.
Maybe 800-990 ESPN. I have 1,000 more jokes. I'm just kidding because I get. I can feel.
We'll get the best one off your chest.
No, we're good. 800-990 ESPN. 800-990-3776. The number to get into the show. Ben, I want to go to what's the bigger unknown? Packers offense or Packers defense?
No. Screw this. We're not doing this nonsense. Like what's more unknown? Packers talk. I'd rather sit here for the last 4 minutes of the show, and you tell me how.
No, I love you. I love you.
Take me out.
I love you.
Take me out.
Ripping Giannis for winning 2 MVPs and a championship and only 1 ring in a league with 30 teams that are actually really good. And meanwhile, we had a freaking parade for you.
2 play-in teams in the conference finals. This is supposed to be a freaking dynasty with the best player in the freaking world that every single player in the NBA wants to start a franchise with.
You backed up your rec league championship with a last place finish in a 4-team league.
It's very disappointing. I deserve all the criticism too. I'll stand up here and take the criticism if they do and own some of it instead of putting Bud as a scapegoat.
Well, you know what? Let's go to the north side.
It took Pat Connaughton to put out an Instagram post for Bud for him to get recognition. It's ridiculous. He was the scapegoat of the failures of the players to hold the team to a higher standard after a freaking championship.
Let's go to the north side. We got Lewis on the line. Lewis, the north side always knows. What do you got, my man?
That guy needs a drink.
I do.
Listen, you need a couple of them. And I'm going to tell you why it's Bud's fault. Right? Didn't you just describe Giannis had the yips in Game 5, didn't want the ball? It's the coach's job to make the players better, buddy. You know what I'm saying? It's the coach's job to coach. This is a direct. I have a direct text in my phone from my brother who was sitting sidelines Game 5. He said, "Cool. Look at Spoelstra coaching the hell out of his team. Coach Bud looks like he's on cocaine." That's what we have. The guy, fine, he lost his brother, but hey, you forget how to coach basketball? You forget how to call a timeout?
Look,
this isn't like hold on. This didn't happen in Game 4 and 5, buddy. This is Coach Bud historically. You can go back to the teams he had in Atlanta, and he failed with.
So let me ask you
Thank
this.
you for the call.
No. I need Lewis for a second here. We got
Lewis,
time.
you're still here.
Was it Bud's?
Okay, yeah.
Does Bud get credit then for when Giannis made all his free throws in Game 6 and only missed, 18 of 19 when they won the finals? So it's Bud's fault that Giannis got worse over the last 2 years and it was 9 of 21?
So how many questions are you going to ask? Was it Bud's fault when he only missed 1 free throw?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
if you're going to say he doesn't get
Bud
credit
gets-
you've got to give him credit for then when Giannis made free throws.
Yes, I give him credit. But then if your star player regresses, because that's what he did, that's what you're saying he did. He regressed, even though his stats don't say that.
Thank you for the call, Lewis on the north side.
Tight on time.
We are done with the show, not just tight on time. Coming up next, you got Joe and Amber into the Western Conference Finals across all of ESPN Wisconsin.
Northside doesn't know this.
Things are getting better along southbound 43. They're still heavy, but they're getting better. We're at about a 16-minute ride to get from Round Ear Road into downtown. It's an extra 5